This is episode 32 of the Rise Up podcast. We're a morning radio show hosted by Steve, Terese, and Tim on Family Life, a network of stations across New York and Pennsylvania. Our podcast is a weekly conversation that will help you think and grow in your faith. If you haven't already, subscribe today so you don't miss a single episode, and find out more about our show at familylife.org.
Anyone else wish morning started just a little later? Yeah, we get that. It's Rise Up with Steve, Terese, and Tim on Family Life.
Our rest, our meaning human beings, is different than God's rest. And let me give you an example to see if my observation is true on this. We've all taken vacations. Have we all been there where we take vacations? Why? We want to go get our kind of rest.
Yeah.
So we go on vacation and we have a great time. We think as vacation, and it's fun and it's good. But are we getting our rest? Because how many times have you come home from vacation and said, oh, boy, do I need a vacation?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Absolutely.
So it's different. Our rest is different than God's rest.
I think it's the difference between rest and relaxation. Because relaxation is kind of a man-made concept,
Right.
and for some people, like ziplining through the jungle is relaxation, or going to the beach is relaxation, or traveling someplace, would be relaxing. But rest is different. It's kind of like the difference between happiness and joy,
Oh, yeah.
if you will. Like rest
True,
is
right.
a soul issue,
Like rest can be something, maybe you're saying, if I'm understanding you right, Terese, that you can be taking rest even if the circumstances might not look like it. Does it work out that way sometimes?
Absolutely. Because you have to have rest in the middle of your everyday chaotic life. Rest really is peace,
Yeah.
and ease that you have. That's given by God. It's not something that we craft, because if we did, then we would have to have a life free of chaos and burden and trial to ever have rest.
Yeah, and that's interesting. It's making me think of something I've heard people talk about who are in the ministry, like the church ministry, because for a lot of us, we think of like the day of rest. Our minds might go to Sunday as a day of rest. But you think about somebody who's employed on a Sunday, they do most of their work pastors work all week, but Sunday isn't really a day of relaxation, maybe, at least
Right.
not the morning part, but there's got to be a rest that's bigger than just what happens one calendar day a week, as important as that is too for our regular schedules. But yeah, that idea for rest, well, some people can't take that time off at the same time the rest of us think about it. So rest being a mentality that can go with you through the chaos, that's a pretty interesting way of looking at that that's occurring to me. I like that a lot.
And some people are geared. We all are made differently, and God makes us all differently. Some people are geared to, I can't sit around. Some people say, I have to be doing something. And typically what happens, and I've heard, there's the pastor burnout, or anybody's burnout. Doesn't have to be a
Right.
pastor, but the burnout of always doing something, doing, as opposed to getting that rest. If only we had an example in the Bible.
If only.
If only of the importance of getting rest and getting away.
Where could we go to this? Oh, I just wonder.
There were so many times that Jesus gave examples of being busy and of doing, and then following that up with rest. If you look at his healing ministry, there would be days where there were lines of people outside the door waiting to be healed, and he would heal them. And then the next day he would find a quiet place. And you see that. And Jesus didn't need that. He's God in flesh. He could have gone every day like the Energizer Rabbit, but there is an example in that. We could go back to creation.
Yeah.
God, the creator, did not require a day of rest after creating the earth. He didn't need 6 days either, but he did it to establish our calendar, and also to give us an example that after you have done all of these things, you have to take time. Your body, your mind, your soul needs to renew. And that's so that you can have focus, have strength to kind of do it again, because we're in a lifelong ministry, right? On this earth. You have to renew so that you can get back at it.
Yeah. And another thing about like a biblical example of rest and getting that renewal so you can keep doing the work, it's a reminder to listen to the people who love you and know like they really are thinking about you when they tell you, hey, take a break and rest. A biblical story about that, Moses, his father-in-law, was the guy who needed to tell him, hey, you've got to take a break. When Moses led the people out of Egypt and they were wandering, for a while, he was kind of the I do everything guy. Moses listened to every complaint, every possible problem that came up in the people of Israel. Moses
Why do I have to do everything?
He was doing it all. He had a line that said outside his tent from morning till night, answering all these questions. His father-in-law said, you need a break. You need to delegate. And so he learned the wisdom of being able to take some rest, take some responsibility off himself, give it to people he could trust, and then thereby be a more effective leader because he learned ways to take rest in his work. Listening to the people who love you when they say, hey, whoa, this isn't going a good direction. Here's some wisdom, a good way to rest.
And we always talk about focusing on God, and the difference between God or rest and what you said, Terese, the relaxation. When we're talking about, work and those kind of things, or even relaxation, sometimes the focus is on us. The true rest, the rest in God, is putting our focus back on God, where he helps us get what, he has provided for us, the comfort, that peace, the joy that we can put into others. So when we're focusing on God's rest, we're focusing on God, not ourselves. And that's where our strength comes from, when our focus is on him.
Of course, there is a lot in the Bible about rest. In Mark 2:27, it says, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Why? I kind of wonder why. Well, God desires rest for us because it doesn't come naturally to us. If we were left to our own devices, we would just go until we couldn't go anymore. So we have to trust in those times of rest that if we take a day off, even mentally, that the world is not going to come off of its axis, which then restores your faith to who actually is keeping everything spinning. Yeah. It's not me. Wait, what? My power is not the one that makes the world go? Shocking.
Yeah. And you know what? You mentioned to take a day off sometimes. Sometimes even throughout a 24-hour day, certainly there's the sleeping part, but even at work, you can take 10, 15 minutes at a time, or 5 minutes, or, whatever it is to get away. If you find that too much, it's like, let's get away. Let's rest. Let's focus on God and get that renewed strength in him. So sometimes you don't have to wait till the end of the day or the end of the week or the end of the month. You can take rest during a day in even brief sections when you put the focus on the right place.
I love that, what both of you are saying, Steve and Terese, that if I can put it this way, I think it's just rephrasing what you said, Terese, that it's an act of faith, saying this is where it really comes from anyways. It's an act of humility to say, okay, God's using me, sure, that's amazing, but he's the one making sure it's getting done. I can obey him where he tells us to rest and trust that if I'm obeying him, it's all gonna get done still because it's not mainly happening because of me. That's so cool. I love that.
But if I don't, who will? If I don't get this done now, what if it gets cold and I can't do what I need to do outside? What if busyness is just a distraction that's keeping us from really having fellowship with the Lord? What if we use that as a strategy to keep our mind going to the point where we don't actually have good fellowship with him? Like if your mind space is filled with your to-do list, you can't possibly have those real conversations with God. We just had a study of Psalm 23 in our church, and it's so clear. The Lord is my shepherd. I know you know this. I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. Now, there's nothing in there that says he made me take a nap or that I had to spend all of Sunday doing absolutely nothing. I mean, there was movement. There was movement to the quiet waters. There was movement in the green pastures. But it's about the refreshing of the soul. So why does God command us really to rest? Well, there's a few ideas I came up with. I think it's easier to have fellowship with God when you're rested. Like when your mind is busy with 100 things.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have good prayer? You can't because you're like automatically distracted, or you fall asleep because you're just exhausted. We can serve others stress-free when we've taken the time to rest. When your soul is restored, it doesn't seem like a burden to help somebody else. I think we're more aware of the ministry opportunities in the world around us when we're rested. We're kind of more like-minded with God. We see things from his perspective when we have that rest. And I think we have an ease to our countenance too when we're rested. We're just the kind of person that somebody would want to be around. Have you ever said to somebody, how are you? And they go, oh, I'm so busy and I'm so this and I'm so stressed and all these things are going. That's not a person who has rest.
I've been that person. Yeah.
Right. I mean, but would you want to hang around somebody who doesn't
No.
have a peace about them? No, but you know, the person that no matter what's going on just has a warm smile and an ease to them that makes you feel like they're a warm hug. You know, that's the kind of person you want to be around. And when we're rested, we have that ease. We are the open arms of Jesus to the world around us.
It's okay. You can go back to bed in about 16 hours. In the meantime, thanks for listening to Rise Up on Family Life.
Do you consider yourself a person who likes a good adventure,
All
especially
right.
early in the morning?
All right.
This product is just for you, especially you females out there who are getting ready.
Like decaffeinated coffee.
No,
That's
not,
an
we're not
adventure.
going that far. We're not going that far.
That's like boulders and danger and snakes kind of adventure.
But if you're up for a good adventure, you know you are because you bought this product. It's a product of 6 packs of squeezable packets that you don't know what's in there. It's either lip gloss or ketchup.
Come on.
Yes,
No,
you bought it on
no,
purpose.
no.
You don't know until you open it up in the morning. Why this company did this, I have no idea. But for $25, yes,
Right.
you can have that adventure of either putting shimmering
gloss.
lip luminizer on your mouth
Right.
or a mouthful of smashed tomatoes.
Which
I
one
don't
are
think
you
this
gonna
is
get?
bad because
Why?
like you're getting ready and you're doing your beauty regimen and you open it up and it's ketchup and you can be like, yay, I get to eat a hot dog for breakfast.
The adventure was worth it.
Today is going to be great. We just know it. This is Rise Up with Steve, Terese, and Tim on Family Life.
Sometimes kids will just say right what's on their mind.
Oh,
like
yeah.
maybe to me, a kid might say, I don't like your face. You have a funny looking face.
Oh.
Because of my beard. It turns out most kids, when they're younger, really don't have facial hair. They kind of just find it off-putting sometimes. I would feel kind of hurt, really, that I wouldn't be picked for this task. Most kids in a survey say that I wouldn't be the one they'd pick to help them hide a treasure because of my beard. They'd rather have a clean-shaven fellow help them hide treasure. But here's where I'm really excited. I am more likely to be picked because of my beardedness to help a child fight a dragon.
Oh.
The treasure thing is so obvious to me. Why?
Uh-oh, why is that?
Because just put an eye patch on with that beard. You got a whole pirate vibe going. They steal the treasure.
Come on, you don't need any more beauty sleep. You look great. Thanks for listening to Rise Up on Family Life.
Okay, these cats are cute, but I don't know. Are they worth 6 figures?
Ooh.
2 cats, Spencer and Jin, they come with a $285,000 adoption fee.
Okay.
It's going to cost you $285,000 to adopt these 2 cats. But that also includes the house that the cats live in.
Well, that changes
Okay.
things. That changes things.
It's kind of cozy. It's got 2 bedrooms. If you're nice, maybe one of the cats will let you use one of the bedrooms.
I'd only spend $100. That's the top of my fee line.
Stop. Oh.
As refreshing as that first sip of coffee in the morning. This is Rise Up with Steve, Terese, and Tim on Family Life.
I think I can make you make a sound of some sort or say something when I say a certain word, but we've never tried this before. The honor system is the audience, I'm going to tell the audience something, but you have
Right.
to plug your ears.
Oh,
so
we can't listen.
take your
Okay, so
headphones-
me and
take
Tim are
your
going to plug our
headphones
ears.
off.
All right, I'm
Give us a
covering
sign
right
when
now.
we're ready to listen again.
Okay, take them off.
All right.
Now,
La, la, la,
can
la,
either
la,
of you
la.
hear me? Say yes. Okay, they can't hear me. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a story about a road runner, and as soon as I say road runner, they're going to go, me. I think they're going to say, me. That's my thing. Okay, guys, unplug your ears.
Thumbs.
All right.
See a thumbs up.
Okay.
I'm so nervous.
They really didn't hear me. They really didn't hear what I
No,
said.
I'm
So,
excited for this. This sounds fun.
I think I can make you say that. Okay, so I had never seen one of these before until a couple of years ago when I was visiting our daughter and her family out in New Mexico. I had heard about these things before. This isn't the word. I'll tell you when the word's
Okay.
coming. But I saw several of them, and it's just so funny. But the first thing that went through my head when I saw one of these was something. Okay, now here's the. I saw here's the word, roadrunner.
I don't want to say it, but I do.
Go ahead.
Beep, beep.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I said too. So yeah,
Do they? Do they
Do
say
they
it?
go
No,
like that?
Did
no,
the
they
road
don't.
run- no?
No, they don't. But I
No.
saw. But and as soon as I saw them running by, I just went, me.
Beep, beep. Right, exactly.
I thought I could say that. Have you ever seen one? Have you ever seen one?
No.
They're really
I mean,
tiny. They're really.
They're very
I've seen
small.
one
Very small.
specific one Roadrunner. I
well,
have
yeah,
seen before.
that's on the
Right.
screen on TV.
Yeah,
right.
different.
But in
things.
person, yeah.
This is. That's the actual call of the great Roadrunner.
No, that's when I told him a joke. Yeah. Hey, did you hear the one about the Roadrunner?
Why didn't he just do the show today?
I love the Roadrunner's laugh. Me.
Whatever happens today, know that God's got it. You're listening to Rise Up on Family Life.